Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Wednesday night hoops here from Utica University. It's the 59th All-Time meeting between the Pioneers and the Bombers, and a crucial Liberty League Empire Age showdown in the first week of the basketball season. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us here on Bomber Sports. Alongside Eli Fishman, Cam Manning with you. Randa the Crow will join us as well. We're with you courtside here as the Pioneers taking on the Bombers, and a matchup here tonight. A lot of history between these two teams out of conference, but Utica, they've taken the last 5 against the Bombers.
And Cam, also a Bombers team that got out to a blazing hot start to this season, especially on the offensive side against an NCAA tournament last team in Rowan. The last 2 games, a win against Cortland in a thriller at home. But now it's been the offensive struggles the past couple of weeks, some injuries they're looking to rebound from against a very strong non-con opponent in the form of Utica.
Will that work? Left in their road blues with the white striping, and Utica on their home whites with the orange striping and the gray numbers. At the Moose logo here at midcourt. Lasith set here with Spina, and we're underway, the 59th All-Time meeting. The Pioneers and the Bombers. Utica with it from left to right. And offense shooting 45% here from the field. It's Deion Thompson, the junior, on the right wing. Top of the key to Spina, the grad senior. Bombers come out here in a 2-3 zone. Thompson down low here to Ducaro. Ducaro with a pass, gets it poked. He's on the left block, throws it up with the contact, and banks it in. And the Pioneers strike first. Bombers now the other way, led by Jalen O'Neal, the sophomore. Waleed Fareed's talked a lot about his improvement, the speedy guard. Logan Wendell, far right side wing in front of the Utica bench. Back to O'Neal, spinning move, 18-foot jumper, back iron no good. And the Pioneers and Damian Call the other way, full court. Call playing handoff on the near side with Foley. Foley baseline, long side corner, Thompson for 3, in and out, no good. Ducaro the rebound.
Here's Lasith, left side, no good with the hook shot. Strong defense from Sadina Ducaro, the grad senior. Over the timeline here are the Pioneers. Levi Spina, the 5'10 grad senior. We're good. He's got 3 stops along the way here at Utica. We're good. Damian Call drives right side. Started on by Lawrence Brady on the right wing. Left wing, Deion Thompson. Out of the left corner and forward.
Here's Chris Lasith and the Bombers the other way. Utica to begin, 2 for 4 from the floor. Evan Cabral drives right side. He's fouled down the lane. Strong defense from Damian Call. And Cabral, the sophomore, expected for an outstanding season. He'll get 2 coming up here at the strike.
And again, Cabral, a guy who came in last year, got big minutes. We're going to talk a lot about this freshman class this season that's come in and made a big-time impact, especially due to some injuries. But Cabral had a tremendous freshman year, had a great start to his sophomore year on this campaign with 22 points in the opener.
He makes the first free throw there. He'll have a second one coming up. 5-1 Pioneers lead here in the first 2 minutes from Utica. Bombers on the road, a 2-1 record. Cabral, a big part of the hot start. And 19 points in the game against Rowan a week back. Cabral makes the second, a 3-point game. Spina, the grad senior, over the timeline, guarded by Logan Wendell. The Bombers come out here in a 3-2 defense. Deion Thompson now on the far side, back to Spina. Here's Damian Kane, the other grad senior. Handoff, Spina hesitates, he's straight away, guarded by Brady. 10 on the shot clock. Left elbow. Kane at 6'8", posting up on Wendell. Spins, now he's double teamed. Thompson, left elbow fade. It's long. Cabral tips the rebound down low. Bombers get the basketball, and a strong defensive stop they needed to show.
Strong defense, strong rebounding. That's going to be the key for the Bombers down this stretch.
17:33 left to go in this first half from Utica. Over the Moose logo is the sophomore Jalen O'Neal. Comes to Chris Lasith, conference freshman of the week. Hands back O'Neal. Fake spin on his left side. Cabral straight away. Back to O'Neal on the left wing. Him and Cabral keep away. Lawrence Brady, right wing. Back to Cabral. Now O'Neal swings to Logan Wendell in the left corner. Hesitates with 8. Logan Wendell in the middle of the paint. Cross-court Lawrence Brady on the right corner. Drives, middle of the paint. Owen O'Neal, backdoor cut. It's no good. Foul called. And Jalen O'Neal going to the line for 2, averaging 11 points per game here early on in his sophomore season.
And that's not necessarily the identity of the Bombers that we've been knowing over the last couple of years, is waiting until 2 seconds left on the shot clock to make a shot with Jalen O'Neal cutting and driving down the paint. But a very different style of basketball through these first 3 games for Ithaca.
So much more comfortable, said head coach Waleed Fareed from Jalen O'Neal. Misses the first one from the stripe. So far 6 for 6, now 6 for 7 from the line is O'Neal. A 5-2 Utica lead, 59th all-time meeting between the Pioneers and the Bombers. 3 minutes in here from Utica. O'Neal takes a deep breath, dribbles the ball 3 times. Rises and hits. 2-point game. Levi Spina, the grad senior, was at Vermont State, and SUNY Poly, his final stop here in Utica. Handoff Deion Thompson straight away. Around the horn to Hayden Foley. The only true senior on the Utica roster is Foley. Goes down low. Light block, laying it up is Call, and he lays it in right over Lasith. Bombers length of the court with Logan Wendell. Utica a strong start. Call down low already with 4 points. Lawrence Brady hesitates straight away, the junior. Jalen O'Neal fakes the right wing 3. Drives to his right side. The acrobatic shot, it's short. Swarming in for the rebound is Spina. He picks it up, and over the logo is Utica one more time. Almost 4 minutes in on this Wednesday night. Hayden Foley hesitates on the left side, guarded by Brady. Swings it, right corner Thompson. Down low one more time, Call. One of the backdoor cut. Spina straight away, drives left side. The finger roll, and it's in.
Spina might not even be 5'10". He is shifty. A guy that took grad student and hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, 3 schools in 3 years.
The Bombers shooting 24% here from 3 here to begin. Have not fired a 3 so far. Cabral drives baseline, has it poked away. It's the Bombers' second turnover. Call the forward length of the court at 6'8". Handoff Thompson, the guard. Drives down the left lane, picks up his dribble. Hayden Foley pump fakes a straightaway 3. Logan Wendell, he'll pick up the foul. Poked in with his left hand. It'll be Wendell's first here so far. 15:44 left to go in the first, and a Pioneers early 9-3 lead.
A team that is physical, gritty, has that identity, draws fouls, and we've seen that thus far.
Utica to their bench. Devin Flynn, the grad senior, he'll check in. Played 10 games last season. No points per game so far. Has not played a lot of valuable minutes. He in as well. Backdoor pass here from Call off the inbound. Nobody under the baseline. Bombers dead. Utica, they've played clean basketball to start. The Bombers so far, only points coming from the free throw line. Evan Cabral was 2 for 2. And Jalen O'Neal with 1 from the stripe. He has it on the right wing. Now Lasith straight away. The freshman forward, Evan Cabral, now left wing 3. You bet. 3-point game. Cabral hits. He's got.
And that is huge to shake what has been a tough spree from deep 4 for the last 34 Ithaca.
Here's Utica quickly. Spina down the lane. Count it, and the foul. Spina drove quickly the length of the court to his left side, finger rolled it in. Lawrence Brady picks up the foul. Basket counts, 11-6 Utica with 5 minutes in. And Utica, 4 different scores with points. They've had contributions from everyone to start here, Eli.
And that's kind of the identity of this team. You mentioned it, only one senior who's the bench for the last few years in the form of Foley. Hasn't even started any games entering this season.
Spina now with 4. Bombers down, slow go. Dribbles with the right hand, has it poked away, bounces towards the Utica bench. O'Neal saves it, has it swatted away again from Spina. Full court pass here to Foley. He saves it. Bombers now have her acrobatic full court press. Now Cabral, right wing 3 the other way. He's short, rebounded from Lasith, and now O'Neal was fouled. So Utica stole the basketball, went the length of the court, saved the ball that would have been out of bounds. Bombers took it the other side from right to left. And O'Neal back to the line here for his second chances from the stripe.
And a big spree in transition. A good job by O'Neal and Cabral to keep that play alive, and something that Coach Fareed always talks about. Playing fast does not mean playing in a hurry. And we saw the Bombers playing with that speed they've become known for on that possession.
The Bombers head to their bench here. Aiden Holmes, the senior captain, into the game, and Cole Wissink, the junior. Coach Fareed has said has been very steady for the Bombers the last 2 seasons. So you have Lasith, the freshman, Wissink, O'Neal, and the 2 captains, Logan Wendell and Aiden Holmes, into the game. O'Neal's second free throw rattles in. 2 for 2 there from the line. 12-8 game, 14:52 left to go here in the first half. Isaiah Smith, the freshman, over the logo. Outstanding start on the defensive side with 4 steals. Hesitates, drives left on Wissink, uses the body, lowers the shoulder, up and good off the top of the glass. Utica has been motoring. 6 for 9 from the field here to start. Chris Lasith straight away. Handoff Cole Wissink, left wing 3, cashes in. Wissink to begin has shot 1 for 7 from deep, and an injury on the play for Utica. That last possession, Isaiah Smith had that floater. He came up limping on that ankle. He'll have to check out right now, and Utica to their bench.
And it's been a freshman early on display for Utica as well, in addition to Smith, who checks out.
Here's Spiva, length of the court. Left wing 3 here for Foley. Utica has found a way in every possession. 17-11, 14 minutes left to go. Logan Wendell with a Moose logo. Cole Wissink on the left wing, down low, Chris Lasith. Lasith at 6'6", fakes the handoff, picks up the dribble. Back to Wissink here on the near side. Drives baseline, loses the footing, off his knee. Utica basketball, and the Bombers' 3rd turnover here early. They had to their bench Jose Padilla, the sophomore of the game. And Coach Farid, Eli, said a lot about Padilla, an outstanding preseason battling back from an ankle injury.
The sprained ankle in the second preseason game forced him to miss the first 2 games. Strong 11 minutes off the bench versus Cortland, and a guy that really didn't play all that much last year, expected to be a big contributor.
Utica shooting 70% here from the floor. Damian Call with the basketball straight away. Drives to his right side, now comes the near side to Foley. Down low back to Call. Under the hoop, has it swatted away. Wendell kicked it back out to Utica. Here's Levi down the lane, and Chris Lasith with the rejection. Spina came down to the right side, and Lasith said no way on Wendell, tipping it back for a Utica second chance. Pioneers here on the inbound. They'll have 7 seconds on the shot clock. They go straight away, Spina. Now left corner, Holmes tips it out of bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Going to be a quick one here coming up for the Pioneers. Newer rotation here on the floor for the Bombers. A lot of young and old, sophomore, freshman, junior, and senior all mixed out there. Far side inbound by the Bomber bench. Handoff call back to Foley. Deep 3, Wissink in his face. It's no good off the right side. Here come the Bombers the other way, led by Jose Padilla. Padilla through the legs, dribbles. Bombers so far 2 for 7 from the floor. Straight away, Wendell coming off 21 points against Cortland. Wendell, a 3 from the parking lot. Oh, yeah! Wendell hit with the swagger, 3-point game, 13 minutes left to go in the first half.
And there's that identity of Bombers basketball after the slow start on the offensive side. We mentioned how big the 3s are to their success.
Foul called here on the other way for Spina. Had it straight away. Wissink picks up his first foul. Lawrence Brady coming to the game here for the Bombers. And on the other side for Utica, Ethan Rivers, the sophomore, will check in for them. Spina the inbound on the far side of the Bombers bench. 13 minutes left to go in this first half. Comes into Damian Call, the forward at 6'7", a strong start with 4 points. Foley hesitates left wing. Back to Spina. Uses the right pivot foot. Hesitates back to his left side. Cole Wissink posting up with Damian Call. Now right corner. Foley for 3. That's his second here tonight. 20-14, Utica in front. And a timeout called for the Pioneers. What a start for Utica here at home. Shooting 8 for 13, 50% from 3. The Bombers have not had an answer. We'll now head to the 3rd member of our crew for the first time. We'll hear from Rihanna DeCrow. For our crew for the first time, we'll hear from Rihanna DeCrow.
Well, it's been thin numbers for the Bombers all week in practice. Guys, Coach Farid and as well as his grad assistant Kenny hasn't done when you have so many injuries. Guys, back to you.
Well, a lot has gone on for the Bombers here so far in 2024. And Coach Farid said they've had to work with 10 different players in practice, Eli, with all the injuries. Coach Farid, as Rihanna just mentioned, has had to play in practice as a former pro in Egypt.
And he's a guy that balled out in college. He was an All-American at Stevens Tech in Hoboken, New Jersey. And he's a guy that balled out in college. He was an All-American at Stevens Tech in Hoboken, New Jersey, a 3-time All-Conference selection, ECAC championship. So he did call himself washed. Didn't necessarily seem too happy about the fact that he had to lace him up. I think it was more the fact due to the injuries, not necessarily I think he was happy to lace him up.
We're out of here in the first. Cut right block. Logan Wendell kisses it off the glass and in, and Wendell with 5. Spina, a really strong start on his end. Wanted Foley straight away, picks up the dribble. Padilla the softball, now left wing. Foley rises from, now left wing. Foley rises from 3. 23-16 from deep, 61% from the floor. Logan went from deep, 61% from the floor. Logan Wendell and the Bombers back over the timeline. Wendell is 5. Wendell and the Bombers back over the timeline. Wendell is 5. Hesitates, called here on the floor. That goes against Foley. It's going to be his first. But Eli, how about Utica to start 4-0? But the shooting right now from 3 has just been phenomenal.
In this game, Foley, a guy that was 6 for 6, including 2 threes. Foley, a guy that was 6 for 6, including 2 threes clicked.
Albinata and the Bombers have had no answer. Bombers inbound here. Lawrence Brady straight away. He drives left, has the reset, has it stolen away. Back to midcourt. Bombers corral. Jose Padilla on the left wing with 13. Aiden Holmes, straight away 3, rises. Itchteen, Aiden Holmes, straight away 3, rises. It's short off the front of the rim. Utica short off the front of the rim. Utica from left to right with the lead. Foley to the far left side in Spina and Kane. Here's Teagan. Teagan drives left. He's fouled, can't lay it in. Blocking foul on Aiden Holmes. And Liam Teague, the junior at 6'7", using the body. He'll go to the line for 2.
And a couple momentum-killing turnovers as well for Ithaca. 30 turnovers over their last 2 games, which have been costly.
As Teague goes to the free throw line here, Rihanna DeCrow has a quick update on an injury there on the bench. Ray, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, just giving you a quick injury update on one of the Pioneers, Isaiah Smith. Looked like he was experiencing some lower back discomfort. The Theragun was going. AT was stretching him out. He looks like he's still seeing a little bit of discomfort on the bench, but all in all, good to go.
We appreciate that, Ray. And Isaiah Smith, a really good start here in his freshman season out of Amsterdam, New York. Has played all 4 games off the bench. Teague hits 2 from the line. 25-16 Pioneers. 11 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in this first half. Bombers go with Thomas McKieran off the bench. Here's Jose Padilla on the left wing. Bombers with 1 freshman now on the floor. Lawrence Brady straight away. McKieran on the right wing, drives left side. Now Padilla drives, left wing 3, step back and hits. Padilla, his first points here tonight. He's been a treat to watch. 11 points per game, but had a big one against Cortland on 11 minutes last week. Here's on the other end here for Utica. Ducaro rises with the left hand. It's no good. Grabs his own rebound up to the right side. Foul counted. Back to the line are the Pioneers. Sadina Ducaro. Extra chance points, and Utica firing on all cylinders, a 27-19 lead.
A big piece of the construction of this Utica roster is guys that are transfers that have had very limited experience at prior schools. Ducaro is another one of those guys from SUNY Oneonta who's already put up career numbers in each of his first 3 games.
The lefty looking to convert the and 1. He cannot. It's in and out. Aiden Holmes the board. Bombers back right to left. Jose Padilla, the sophomore, calling out signals. Coach Free calling out plays from the far bench. Handoff, Aiden Holmes back to Wissing. Bombers at the top of the key. Padilla hesitates with the right hand. They swing it to Holmes in the right wing. Through the legs. Left corner pass. It's stolen away. Utica the other way. Here comes Ethan Rivers, the sophomore. Pioneers slow it down, and Holmes takes it right back. He had the pickpocket on the steal. Holmes, coast to coast to the right side, lays it up, lays it in. Bombers cut it back to a 7-point game. Holmes at the full court press. Tipped it out of bounds to slow things down. It will stay with Utica basketball, and Holmes will check out for the sophomore Evan Cabral.
6-point deficit. Bombers 0 for their last 3 from the floor.
Here comes Utica back on the other way with Foley. What a start it's been for him. 12 points, 4 for 5 from deep, all his points. Straight away, Ducaro hesitates with the right foot. McKieran with the steal for the Bombers, the freshman. On the floor, on the other end of the court. Utica still picks it up. They go the length. Ethan Rivers to his left side, no good. One more chance, Ducaro can't bounce it in. Grabs his own rebound for a second time off his leg. Bomber basketball. Second chance points, but the rebounds have been all Utica here to begin. And Utica on that side of things, offensive rebounds, 4-3 in that department.
Ducaro completely trying to get over the head of the 6'4" freshman McKiernan for the Bombers. Was able to grab his hand off the edge of the rim, almost lay it in.
9:50 left to go in the first half, a 27-21 Pioneers lead. Cole Wissink left wing. Lawrence Brady in the near side corner, back to Wissink the junior. Jose Padilla straight away. Thomas McKieran, right wing 3. That one's long. Tipped down low. Utica the rebound, back with it left to right with the lead. Dayon Thompson the junior. Straight away Ducaro. The lefty drives right side, kicks out Teague. Pump fakes a straightaway 3. Thompson flutters down the lane. Boy, the leading scorer. Utica 55% from the floor. Thompson hits the first. That's his first points of the game. Bombers head to their bench here. Chris Lasith back into the game. Cole Wissink comes out. Bombers with a tall rotation of points per game, but to begin, the leading scorer with 16. He has 15 tonight. All of his shots from behind the arc, 5 for 6 from deep. All of his shots from behind the arc, 5 for 6 from deep. 1-1, he'll miss the first. Bomber basketball. 10-point game, 31-21. 7:20 in this first half. Chris Lasith straight away, the lefty. Handoff, Thomas McKieran, left wing 3. He's short, top of the backboard. Utica back. Pioneers moving. Coach Freed wants his own defense. Dayon Thompson on the right wing, drives down Broadway. Up, no good. Lasith and McKieran with the defense. Looked like Thompson there rising up. Too much airtime and came down too low to the ground. Jalen O'Neal slows down everything. Has yet to score from the field. Has points at the free throw line. Far right wing Brady. Hesitates with his left, back to his right. Handoff O'Neal. Now McKieran, left wing 3. Can he get it this time? No, it's in and out. McKieran 0 for 3 from deep. Davion Call the forward at 4 points to begin. Now Ducaro to his left side. Smothers O'Neal the block. Bombers have 4 blocks here to start. They go the other way. O'Neal to his left. Cabral left corner. Drives baseline. Kick out McKieran. Can he hit it this time with from the right wing? He cannot. Lasith picks it up by his head on the board. They reset Cabral. Left wing 3. Ithaca cannot cash in for a bucket. O'Neal can't get the rebound. And the Bombers have missed their last 7 from downtown. Hayden Full the other way. He'll rise from the left wing. Booyah! 6 for 7 is Foley. He has done everything. 18 points and a 34-21 Pioneers lead with 6:10 left to go in the first half.
Something coaches talked about is that how you play on one side of the ball, how you play in the boards, you need to keep that pace, keep that play on the other side, and that's going to dictate your performance on the other side of the ball. Right now, Utica is playing with all that steam.
The Bombers, not a lot of discipline here to begin. Utica's done everything right, and Randa the Crow has more on that.
Yeah, the message has been abundantly clear from Coach Fareed to his men over here on this bench. Stay disciplined. Why commit the unnecessary foul? This is something they've been talking a lot about in practice and executing in games. The unnecessary fouls come at bad times, and you allow them to go on runs. Coach Fareed preaching discipline right now.
Preaching discipline, a big factor here for the Bombers. Thanks so much, Rihanna. And Ithaca with 6 turnovers to the 3 for Utica, but it almost seems like, Eli, if you can't shoot the ball from 3, which the Bombers have not been able to, 0 for their last 8, and Foley for Utica keeps shooting like this, there's almost no answer.
And we talked about it earlier on, too. This is a team that was so lethal from downtown last year. They hit 4 of their first 6 threes. Being shut out in that category now, and 4 for 34 from deep over the last 2 games.
Utica comes in 4-0, a team that's been to the Empire 8 Finals 2 of the last 3 seasons. They made the NCAA dance 2 of the last 3. A tough test for the Bombers. It's their 3rd NCAA tournament team test in their first 4 games. Ithaca comes in 2-1 here on the road. 6:10 left to go in the first half from Utica. 34-21 Pioneers. Bombers from right to left here with Jalen O'Neal. Logan Wendell straight away. He was held off a screen. Foul there in Levi Spina. Spina, the grad senior, picks up his 2nd. Utica also inching towards foul trouble here. Bombers nearing towards that bonus mark, and they head to their bench. You mentioned Isaiah Smith before, a freshman who was banged up after a layup. He's back in the game, Eli.
And we talked about it, a big group of upperclassmen transfers, but there's also been some freshmen, including Smith, McCardle as well, have made big impacts early.
Bombers with it here on the attack. Jalen O'Neal drives left side, his non-dominant hand. Goes to the block, has it poked away. O'Neal picks it back up. Bombers 2-on-2. Chris Lasith up and go with the contact over the 6'5 Ducaro. Ithaca full court press. Foley the leading scorer, and Isaiah a break in here. Smith with it on the near side. Bombers in a 3-2 zone. They've gone from man to zone to start. Dayon Thompson, right wing. Down low on the right side is Call. They swing it around. Foley pump fakes the left wing three. Bombers had a double team. Straight away, Thompson. Down low to Call on the right elbow. Now Call to the left block. Ducaro up, no good. Laceth on the rebound, and Laceth this time gets picked up with a foul. Ducaro a dominant start on the board. He has 6 offensive rebounds, all on the offensive side. He's just been crashing them like a madman.
And so is Chris Laceth. He's the one that's been meeting him there every single time he's gone up towards the glass. That time a little bit too much contact. Cole Wissink in there as well. But Laceth on the other side of the ball already for Ithaca with 6 rebounds.
Sadina Ducaro, the SUNY Oneonta transfer, just 1.8 points per game last year. He cashes in on the first free throw tonight, but Foley with 18 the leading scorer. Utica shooting 48% from the field on this 35-23 lead. 2 dribbles here for Ducaro. Jim goes quiet here courtside. Second free throw, front of the rim, 5:21 left to go. Stays here at a 12-point lead for the Pioneer. Road Blues over midcourt. O'Neal left-handed dribble comes to Logan Wendell on the left wing. Around a screen, drives right side, right corner Wissink. Rises for 3, got it. Strong answer from Wissink. Bombers now back to a 9-point game, and Wissink picks up his first points. Utica, length of the court, Isaiah Smith to the right corner Foley. Back to Smith in that right corner. Straight away Foley. Down low they come to Call. Call on the 3, in and out. That would have been his 6th here tonight.
Didn't miss by much. Now Bombers playing with speed off the rebound.
Jalen O'Neal on the left wing. Pivots with the foot. Comes to Cabral here on the near side through the legs dribbles. 4:36 to go in this first half. Bombers on the road against undefeated elbow. Dribble handoff. Cabral drives right side. Man goes down, blocking foul. Called against Isaiah Smith. Well, and the Bombers now put Cabral here to the free throw line.
You'll take that if you're Ithaca. The 6th going against Utica. And again, that is a category that, as you said, with the physicality these two teams are going to look at.
And Rihanna just mentioned it, our third member of our crew. Both teams some foul trouble. Utica with 7, the Bombers here with 8 to begin. Neither side with anybody in serious foul trouble, but the Bombers do have 2 players with 2 in Laceth and Wissink. Cabral makes the first. He'll have 1 more here on a 1-and-1.
And Cam, last season a disappointing end for Ithaca, 3-10 over the last 13, including losses by only 1 point in 3 of their last 4, and it came down to Fareed. Discipline.
Cabral makes the second, 35-28 Utica. The Pioneers break the press here with Foley. He's got 18 points. The righty straight away. Thompson and him try to break a 3-2 zone. Near side Smith, back to the top of the key and Foley. Down low left block, back to Foley. Pump fake straight away 3. Right wing 3. Isaiah Smith, you bet. Utica has answered every time. Back to a 10-point game. 4 minutes left to go. Laceth handoff Wendell. He pump fakes the 3, coming off 21 points. Down low Laceth. Left block, lays it up, and lays it in. Liberty League has 2 blocks and 4 points here tonight. Isaiah Smith right in front of us courtside. Comes over the logo. Calls playing dribble handoff. Foley raises his right hand. Once Isaiah Smith has it straight away, back to Foley on the left side. Perimeter passing, that's Bo. Thompson right wing, straight away Smith with 6. Smith down Main Street. Left corner Call. Drives. Over Laceth, no good, gets his second chance and pounds it through. Damian Call at 6'4", showing the size. Looks like he was held, no call. The Pioneers the other way with Foley. He thought he was fouled. So Teague, he'll pick up a straightaway 3, rattles it in. Utica on fire from deep. Man, they're 8 for 11, 43-30 in their favor with 2:50 left to go in the first half. 59th all-time meeting. Here's Cabral. Drives down his left side. Reverse layup. Top of the backboard. Cannot clip rim. Here's Dayon Thompson, the speedy junior. Hands off Foley. Left wing 3. Off the left of the rim. Laceth over the back foul.
They've just been leaving Foley on an absolute island. And you mentioned he was holding his jaw a minute ago. Keeps on, feeling above his lip like he has a bloody nose. Frustrated with the amount of contact that he's feeling because hasn't been able to get much in the paint, but on the perimeter, he's been on.
And right now for Foley, 6 for 8 from downtown. Utica's 8 for 11. It's been a lot of different grad transfers that have come into a really good basketball.
As well, that he was the Empire 8 Rookie of the Year in 2020, here for a long time. And the Bombers over the last couple of years have struggled against this Utica team. This is a non-conference game you have circled on your schedule year after year with a team that's dominated the Empire 8. Last year was Utica, and a game where a call led with 17 points and 16 boards.
Call makes both, and Utica's won 5 straight against the Bombers. Foul called here down low. Bombers were going from right to left. 45-30 the lead at the moment for the Pioneers, and the Bombers will get some free throw chances. Back to that 1-and-1 department with Logan Wendell. Wendell has been quiet on the offensive side of the ball, only 1 3 taken. He's 1 for 1 from downtown, but 2 for 3 from the floor, and some substitutions for Utica. The grad senior in Sedina, Duke Rowe, comes out of the game. Liam Teague, the forward, back in. There's been some serious runs for Utica. They had a 6-0 run, but every time the Bombers answer, the Pioneers right back. Wendell's first free throw's in. He'll cash in for one more coming up. Lawrence Brady back in the game, the junior. Cole Wissink out. And Brady, another guy that Coach Freed said, Eli, has had to play a lot of minutes with all the injuries right now.
Only saw action in 3 games last year. And this year, all of a sudden, a guy that you probably didn't expect to start and has made his impact known.
Wendell's second free throw up and in. 45-32 the score. 2:30 left to go here in this first half. Utica from left to right with a big score and 8 for 11 from deep. Foley straight away, back to Thompson, now back to Foley, the top of the key. They look to break this 3-2 zone. Foley, no dribbles being used. Thompson back to Foley. Top of the key, it's called. Left wing, the handoff to Rivers. They come to Foley with 10 seconds. Right-handed dribble back to his left. Splits defenders to his left side, teardrop, and cashes it through. 2 minutes left to go. Foley with 20 points, 47-32 Pioneers. Wendell on the left wing, guarded by Call, the forward. Wendell sees a mismatch. Drive down the right side. Goes to Lasith. Now Padilla on that right wing. Near side, Lawrence Brady. Now down low. Left block, Lasith. The spin. Can't score. Second chance with the left hand. And bats it through. Lasith, the dirty moves on the offensive side. He now has 6. Utica back the other way. Call, the forward, comes to Thompson. Pump fakes the 3. They slow things down. Utica is so methodical on the offensive side. Less dribbling and passing.
Back for half number 2 from Utica, New York. It's the Pioneers 49, it's the Bombers 40. Eli Fishman alongside Cam Anna on Bombers Sports. It was a 12-point deficit last season between these two teams at the half. They were able to claw back within 8 points in that one. This time, a pair of threes, Cam, right before the halftime break by Aiden Hopes as well as Logan Wendell to boost some momentum, but a Bombers team that Coach Freed said it, one word, discipline.
And right now, this whole entire game's been three-pointers. You look at the Utica side for Foley, 6 for 8 from deep. They've shot 12 three-point bombs and have hit with 8. That's been the biggest thing right now, and Coach Freed said at the halftime break, they've just been wide open for big shots for Foley. The Bombers now looking to move fluid in transition and have shot a large volume here to begin, Eli. 16 three-pointers in that first half.
And Utica, they were 8 for 12 from deep, 48.5% from the floor, inbounded by Cabral to the center logo, where O'Neal takes a step toward his right wing extended, back up top to Lysith. Hands off, Brady behind his back, left wing triple try off the left iron for Logan Wendell. Rebounded on the defensive side by DeCoro. Slow dribble off the rebound, Thompson. Back at the logo at midcourt. Looks to his left, looks to his right, dribbles with the left hand, ducks back towards the logo. Covered closely at his face by O'Neal. Takes a step towards the left wing, ducks inside the paint. Left elbow, now drives to the left side, throws it up with the left hand, off the glass, drops down for 2. Now O'Neal, left to right, Bombers in the road blues with the white numbers. Hands off to the right wing in Logan Wendell. Around the perimeter they go. Cabral on the left wing, now back up top for Brady. Hands off behind his back. O'Neal drives down the lane, one-on-one, goes up with the left hand, rejected off the glass and right down. And Utica quick in transition on the cross-court pass. Errett out of bounds in the back left corner.
And the Bombers there to slow things down with a kick ball violation. It looked like Lace had kind of kicked his foot out to slow things down. If not, Utica would have had 3 points, moved in transition there on a 3-on-1.
Pivotal fouls, just as we talked about at the half, that came back to shoot the Bombers in the foot. Inbounded Foley, now call. Left wing, around the rosy they go. Right corner, Thompson with the alley-oop and the dunk. Call snuck out of absolutely nowhere behind the back of everyone. Foley heaved it up just in front of the net. Bombers back in transition. Brady kick out triple from Cabral. Straight away, no way. Off the back iron, right back at it are the Pioneers. Thompson, right corner. Right wing extended now, Foley. Back around the perimeter. Hand off by the back to Call straight away. Almost poked away by Brady. Able to be kept in transition by the Pioneers. Spina. And reach-in foul here with 11 on the shot clock. Reset to 28-21 left to go in the second. 53-40 Bombers trail.
That was his second foul there on Logan Wendell, but back to that alley-oop. Call did a really good job being the decoy. Started with possession, just swung around the baseline for the hammer.
Spina, Thompson, back to Spina, now left wing, Foley. Hands off, Call straight away, thinks about 3, doesn't pull the trigger, goes right back to Foley, who drives down the lane, low block, left side, hands it off behind his back. DeCoro goes up with the left hand, and he is blocked. Another foul for the Bombers.
And DeCoro just using his body down low, lowering the shoulder. He's on Lacey. That's not a mismatch right there. Chris Lacey, the freshman, a lot of size, 6'5", 230. But the experience there for the 5th year in Sedina showing on full display, going to work there on the freshman in Laceth.
55-40, 15-point lead for the Pioneers. 18:04 left to go in the second. Ducaror goes to the stripe, dribbles with the left hand and the lefty. First one, clanks it in. Off the 3rd foul for Laceth. Bombers with a left to right. Cabral, right elbow, swings it to the top of the key and Laceth. Hands off to Brady behind his back. Stutter steps to the outskirts of the key. Hand off to O'Neal, right back to Brady. Now Wendell takes it on the handoff. Tries to set something up, drifts towards the right corner, enters the perimeter, drives down the lane towards the baseline, swings it back baseline, Brady, as he stepped towards the top of the key, and Brady lays it in. Kiss off the glass and good. Right down to cut the deficit to 14. Right wing Thompson. Utica in the white unis back on their side of the court to the left. Back and forth between Spina and Thompson. Thompson looks to the right side underneath the net, has Ducaror. Intercepted on the pass, cross court, was looking for Foley in the left elbow. And going coast to coast with it, Cabral. Able to get the pass off the takeaway. down with the layup. 2 more for Ithaca. Spina and Thompson playing catch between the logo in the right corner. Now back to the left corner. And to the top of the key now, Foley. The pass down low is looking for Call. Can't find him. Right into the hands of O'Neal, who takes it coast to coast. Spinning low block as he drives down Broadway. Trying to kick it back up to Cabral at the top. But a travel, and it's going back Pioneers' direction.
We've seen the Pioneers make more turnovers late in that first half where the Bombers have hurt themselves. 7 turnovers here tonight. O'Neal kind of just doing too much down the lane. Now Jose Padilla into the game. Padilla played some solid minutes so far with 3 points, hit a big 3.
Utica able to get across midcourt. Near side Spina drifts back towards the logo of the center. Finds Thompson. Around the perimeter they go, left to right, back around the Rosie. Thinking about 3 from downtown. Thompson doesn't pull the trigger. Swings it back around the horn to the left corner now. Ducaror. Hands behind his back. Spina. Now Foley. Triple try, right wing from way downtown for Thompson off the pass. A reset on the shot clock. It was off the back iron and right into the hands of Call. Thompson now straight away to Spina, who dumps it to Call right at the top of the key in front of the foul line. Posts up, dumps it up, and down. 14-point lead now for the Pioneers. 15:50 left to go in the second. Bombers looking to claw their way back and not dig themselves in even deeper of a hole. Cabral gets the pass on the feed from Brady in the left corner. Enters the perimeter, tries to swindle his way towards the basket. Absolutely nothing. Wendell gets the handoff from Brady at the top. He's forced all the way back towards the logo, guarded closely by Spina. Dribbling, driving, down Broadway, poked away. Ducor in transition now. Thompson gets the cross-court pass from Spina, right corner. Hands behind his back to Thompson, who drives, dribbles, and lays it up with the left hand on the layup. 44-60, Utica with a whole lot of momentum and the lead. 15-20 left to go in the second.
And right now, Utica just absolutely dissecting the Bombers in this 3-2 zone. The way to beat a zone, you use good passing, you work down low, you have a lot of different outside cutters, and Utica really having every answer. The Bombers, let's see if they go away from it.
Third member of our team, Rana DeCrow, joins us from the sidelines.
Yeah, it's interesting to see on the Utica side of things for the Pioneers. Sean Coffey has been nothing but positive words and thoughts. A lot of yeses, a lot of let's do more of that. A lot of positive thoughts from Sean Coffey and his coaching staff to the Pioneers. Guys, back to you.
Well, Cam, a lot to like when the Bombers have turned the ball over 12 times and Utica is almost at 54% from the floor.
And they're doing so much well, but as I said, to break a 3-2 zone, what Utica's doing is they're swinging to the left wing. On the right wing, they're having a player kind of dive towards the basket as a decoy, and they're not using a lot of dribbling, Eli. They're using really the full 30 of that shot clock, finding a high percentage shot, and they're hitting right now. You're shooting 61% from 3. A lot of times you're going to win a basketball game. Even with the turnovers Utica has made, you're hitting at a high clip right now, and the Bombers on the defensive end, there's no urgency and no answer.
The Pioneers were 8 for 12 from downtown in the first half. They're 0 for 1 here in the second. The Bombers, on the other hand, again, like we talked about, they've had that identity as a team that shoots from downtown over the past few seasons. 7 for 16 in the first half, one of their better performances, but down the stretch, they just struggled from deep. Inbounded from underneath the Bombers' zone net on the left side of the court by Lasith. Hands it off to Padilla down the near sideline. Dribbling closely covered by Foley right in front of him. Back towards the top of the key. Swings it to Lasith. Left wing. Hands off. Wissing behind his back. Now left wing right back to the freshman McKiernan, who's freshly checked in around the perimeter. Swing around the horn. Kick out from the right wing to Holmes, who wants the triple from the right wing. Strong. Off the arc, off the right iron, rolls out of bounds. It's going to stay Bombers' possession off the tip.
And the Bombers there wanted Tommy McKiernan on a 3, but couldn't hit him. Really good defense on that side from Spiva, the 5th year for Utica.
So 20 on the clock for Padilla to inbound it from the right corner. Finds Lasith, who feeds it right back to Padilla. High left side of the block, now drives around the perimeter. Baseline drive for Holmes from the corner. Contact down low.
And the Bombers lucky they even got a foul there. Just this Utica defense chopping their feet. They're in front of every single blue jersey every single time. The Bombers looking to do 20 under the hoop here, but no offensive play works, and Coach Fried is showing some frustration on the bench.
Second defensive foul of the possession. 60-44 Bombers trail. The pass from Padilla on the inbound goes right to Holmes, who drives, shuffles, and takes a step to the right of the rack, dumps it in on the layup. Easy money. Bombers cut the deficit to 14. Right back to Thompson, left wing, with the right-handed dribble. Swindles back towards the logo at the middle of the court. Sets up the screen, drives right side, hesitates, pushes from the right side down the post. Contact as she goes up. Can't get the shot off, and it's a defensive foul on the Bombers.
Strong drive there from Thompson to his right side. He does a really good job rising up in the air, gets so much air time, and it almost fools the Bombers in midair. So he can kind of move the ball to his right and left shoulder, do a lot of double clutches, and it forces the Bombers to almost foul Thompson back to the line.
Thompson, the 6'1" junior, who's at 14 points in both home games versus Buff State and RIT this season. First is good from the stripe, 61-46, 14:30 left to go in the second half. Bombers and Pioneers in what for Ithaca is the fourth game of the season. A huge win over Rowan, an NCAA tournament team in the opener, a tough loss to Babson, and able to squeak away a win against another Empire 8 team in Cortland last week at home. Second is good from the line for Thompson. Padilla dribbling with the left hand across the center line, now with the right, wearing number 13 in the road blues for the Bombers. Looks for Lacey to the top of the key, hands over his head. Where's he going to go? Looking for the freshman McKiernan. No opening in the left wing. Right back to Padilla behind the back. Around the perimeter they go. Now Holmes takes a dribble, a drive, low post from the right side, dumps it off to the right corner in Wissink. Bombers take the rebound, go right back around the perimeter. Wissink slows it down, 15 on the shot clock from straightaway to Lacey, right block. Looking at the top of the key for McKiernan, looking for the alley-oop now as he swings it right back down low to Lacey, but bats off his hand and out of bounds underneath the cup. Bombers will retain it. 20 seconds, rather a foul on Utica.
And a foul there on call, and one where you really can't foul. That ball's lobbed up to Lacey. Make it tough on him. That ball's going to be in the air, tough on the shot clock. You have to hold your hands off in the reach.
Padilla inbounds at Holmes, left corner. Quick catch and release on the triple try. Clanks off the back iron, no good. And clanks out of bounds. Rather, it looks like McKiernan was trying to rebound it, steps out of bounds, and it's going to be Utica basketball under the hoop. 13:53 left to go in the second.
Looked like McKiernan there is going to pick up a foul off ball over the back on Holmes' three, trying to dive in towards the left side. Bombers already in some foul trouble here. They have a few different guys with multiple fouls. Whistle blown here before this inbound. Lacey does have three. Wendell with two. Cabral with two. Those are your top three players right there, inching towards that foul trouble here in the second half.
And at the foul line on the right side of the court, a couple players getting some talkings to from some officials. A lot of chippiness between these two squads, and for the Bombers, some frustration. Already with 4 fouls, not even 5 minutes into the second half. Inbounded from the left side underneath the cup, right back to the freshman Smith, who takes it coast to coast, looks for the alley-oop, and the dunk. Damian Cole with a splash. Bombers right back at it. Left to right, looking to respond. It has been all Pioneers with some swagger over these last few minutes. Wissink takes it straight away, thinks about pulling the trigger, goes to Padilla right corner, covered closely, passed it to Wissink, who's got to keep it in bounds. It was a bad pass, flings it right back to Padilla, who swings all the way to the left corner. Now dribbles, drives, floater from the foul line, throws it up with the right hand, drains it.
Really good contested play there from Padilla down the lane, rising over call, the 6'4" forward.
Hagan Foley with the slow dribble. Left wing extended. Surveys the playing field, calls for a play. Now dribbles back towards the straightaway point. Hands off behind his back to Smith. Drives down the lane from the left side. Looking for the cup, and the contact on the Bombers side again.
And Waleed Fareed there is saying it's the same play that Utica had on the other end with the Bombers wanted a foul. They couldn't get one. Ithaca right now in that foul trouble. 5 fouls here against the Bombers. And Lacey will come out now, Eli. He has 4 fouls.
Bombers down by 16, 12:55 left to go in the second. Inbounded pass goes to Thompson. He goes cross court to Smith from the right wing. Drives all the way home. Throws up the layup. Can't connect. Contact. Down low, it's a fight for the ball, an avalanche of humanity below the cup. No clear sign. Haven't seen a jump ball called. And they are going to call the jump ball, and it's going to stay Utica with 18 seconds in the shot clock.
Just diving towards the basket. Utica has found a way here tonight to always have more white jerseys under the basket than the Bombers. It's given them second chance points and just second chance possessions.
Thompson checks out here in favor of Ethan Rivers, the sophomore, who inbounds it, goes around the perimeter. Now the left wing, it's Foley thinking about it, dumps it off, looking down low for Call, who is fouled. And the left high post, so it's going to be the 6th for Ithaca, and right back to Foley, who inbounds it in front of the bleachers on the left side of the court. Goes to Smith, dribbles back towards the logo. Freshman on freshman, covered by McKiernan. Drives down the lane to the left. Veers off towards the left side of the court, towards the corner. Dumps it to Rivers, looking for straightaway Juan Stukaror, who hands it off. And it's pickpocketed. Padilla, he takes it coast to coast. Now he has the ball taken from him, his possession by Rivers. It's passed to Smith, far left wing, towards the extended block, and he'll slow it down. Now tiptoes down the lane. 2 defenders in front of him. Aiden Holmes with the steal. He's got space. He's got numbers. Now slows things down at the logo, and he's fouled by Haig and Foley.
A really good job from the Bombers there, enforcing a lot of double teams on the left wing with Foley, making it very tough on the passing lanes. They've had some defensive stops, and they've really neutralized this Utica team from 3. I mentioned this, Eli. They were 8 for 12 from deep in that first half. Utica has just attempted 1 3 in this second half. That's a huge difference, but the Bombers have not been able to score on their end.
Hasn't been any scoring, and almost 120 seconds off the foul. Cabral to inbound it from in front of the Bombers bench on the left side of the court. Goes Brady straight away. McKiernan gets the handoff right back to Holmes, right wing. He drives, dribbles, elbow, kicks out, triple try, whistling, splash. Bombers with a much-needed 3. Now Utica can slow it down. Foley left-handed dribble, the logo across the court, covered by Cabral. Turns his back towards Cabral. Now swings it back his way. Makes some moves. Looking for the pass, the right elbow, trying to find Call. He cannot. Instead, it's Cabral on the takeaway. A crucial turnover again. It's going to give it to the Bombers, who are cruising before it was poked out of bounds by Call. And again, it's going to stay Ithaca on the inbound from the left side.
And back-to-back possessions with the Bombers forcing turnovers. You're really pressing right now Foley at the top of the key, double-teaming him and forcing him to make mistakes in the passes he has.
Cabral slaps the basketball from the left wing, inbounds it, hands it off to Brady, who goes right back the other way. Swinging around the court all the way to the left wing. Now a triple try from the left wing for McKiernan. Clanks off the right iron, off the left, and out of bounds. So it's going to stay Bomber basketball.
But Ithaca still right now has not been able to hit from 3 at a high percentage. Now 1 for 5 from deep. Have to find some reliability in the offensive department to crawl back from this deficit.
You're going to need the 3 if you want to brew a comeback. Utica's made that hard to happen. Holmes, straight away. Back around the perimeter, now to the right corner. Cabral takes a step towards the right wing, extended, lets it fly from downtown. Hits the 3 ball. Right back to it. That's what you need to do if you're the Bombers. Freshly checked in Liam Teague gives the handoff to Thompson. Drifts back towards the logo. He calls out plays, slows things down. Looking to the left corner. 10 on the shot clock. Straight away, drives, enters the lane, pulls up from the top of the key, lets it fly off the back iron. Contact down low. Dukor hits the deck. He hits the hardwood with some contact, and it's a foul against Ithaca.
Right now, the Bombers there in that possession. You finally move more blue jerseys down low, but just too hard up top with Dukro and towards his shoulder area, bringing him down. So Utica an extra possession. Bombers now with 6 fouls, and Utica will take a timeout.
And now Lasith, you get 3 different Bombers with 3 fouls. Trouble indeed as we swing it over to Randall McGraw on the sideline.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see the conversations between the referees and the coaches down here, guys. Sean Coffey and his conversations with the referees seems like they're just exchanging pleasantries. No frustration out of him at all, just having conversations. And on Waleed Fareed's side of things, well, he's also always a little intense, but interesting to see the juxtaposition between the two. Guys, back to you.
Intense is a gentle way to put it.
And I would say both sides understand their coaching styles. Sean Coffey is more of that experienced, quieter coach. Head coach Waleed Fareed, he said after his pro career, he felt he never had the patience to be a head coach, became a head coach, loves to kind of bring a basketball team alive, loves the recruiting process, but The one thing that has never left him from his playing days is the intensity. He almost wants to be on the floor at all times. He's at half court right now, already talking to his players. He'll also leave his water bottle at the scores table at all times. Just so much intensity from Fareed.
It's like an excuse to go as close to the referees as possible. Inbounded from the left side underneath the cup. 10:35 for Utica's possession. 64-54, they've got the lead. Kane checks in, swings it right wing, triple try for Liriano. That's long. And off the left iron into the hands of Holmes on the rebound. Taking it left to right, top of the key. Looks for Cabral in the left wing, gets the pass, thinks about pulling the trigger from deep, drives down the lane, kick out three. Holmes left corner, splash. It's a big three for Aiden Holmes to cut the deficit now to only 7, 57-64. Bombers still trail. It's the smallest their deficit has been since the start of the second half. Thompson at the top of the key, hands it off behind his back to Spina. Right back to Thompson, swindles towards the left wing, now passes to the straightaway. Dukor drives down the lane, puts up the layup with the left hand right over top of Wissing's head. No good. Off the back iron, rebounded by Utica. They'll slow it down, the fresh 20 on the shot clock. Thompson right wing. Drives back towards the top of the key. He's pushed away by McKiernan. Gives the pass to Kane. Left wing, now left elbow as he enters the perimeter. Hands it off to Ducaroro. Drives down the lane. Throws it up with the left hand. It's no good. Bombers quick on the rebound in transition. Wissing, right wing, cross-court pass. Cabral, left corner three. Cashes it. 4-point deficit for Ithaca. 9:20 left to go in the second. The spark of momentum they are looking for. Timeout taken by Sean Coffey.
And the Bombers all the way back. We mentioned it, 3-point shooting. Ithaca 3 for their last 3 from downtown. Utica, they have not hit a three-pointer this whole entire second half. That's been the whole entire difference right now. It's been a battle of perimeter shooting. What team's going to make less mistakes? In the last 4 minutes, more Utica turnovers and more Bomber three-pointers.
Evan Cabral now with 13 points. That's leading this Bombers team. And only 10 points from Logan Wendell. A few of those sharpshooters that we talked about, not necessarily making the biggest impacts. And then you look at a guy like Cole Wissing. He's 3 for 4 from the floor. 3 threes. All of his shooting has come from downtown, and something you don't necessarily expect from a guy that's become known for his defense, but is plugged into some different abilities. Remember, Utica's in the bonus here already, so the foul's definitely something to keep an eye on as we continue. But Cam, it also comes down to what we've seen the last few minutes with the discipline in the paint on the defensive side for Ithaca.
And also back to the three-point shooting, Coach Fried has said they have found different ways to win. You take down Cortland in a game where you've relied on defense. Ithaca shot 17% from deep against Cortland. Right now you're shooting 45% from downtown. Ithaca has attempted 24 three-pointers. Pretty much every time down the floor right now, they're shooting a 3, and their second chance points are 2-pointers, but everything starts behind the arc right now for the Bombers.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It was broke early on in this game. The Bombers had to move away from that style that we've talked about. Now they've gone right back to what's made them so successful over the past few years. From the left wing, inbounded off the timeout by Coffey. The pass goes to Spina, who dribbles with the right hand back towards the logo, looks towards the left, drives towards the left wing, dumps it off to Teague, who enters low block, pushing one-on-one with Brady, spins on the 180, fadeaway jumper, no good, right into the lap of Wissing, who gives the feed to Cabral. He has his pocket picked in the paint. Levi Spina with a big-time takeaway. He'll slow things down, passes to the straightaway mark at the point in Teague. He looks down low, and Hagan Foley dumps it in off the pick and roll.
Almost a late pass there from Wissing to Cabral to force that turnover, and Utica, they want to be in transition. That's where they flourish.
Cabral slows things down, dribbling with the left hand in front of the logo. Looks to the left elbow and Brady, but on the pass, it's Thompson. Takeaway, coast to coast. Passes it down low, looking to connect on another pick and roll, that time to Spina, no good. Quick in transition back the other way. And as Spina got the pass, was looking to lay something up, contact, foul called. And it looks like Fareed is going to take out on the Bombers side after another Bombers foul, Cam.
And the Bombers right there, 3 straight possessions in transition. The Bombers is moving too fast on that end. It hurts them. 2 consecutive turnovers and then a charging foul. The Bombers just made 3 turnovers, Eli, in the last 15 seconds.
Bombers on the day have turned the ball over 12 times now. Utica, 8 for them is a high mark in that sense. Brandon DeCrow, the third member of our team, on the sideline with more.
Yeah, you heard the Utica coach Sean Coffey say in the huddle, we're going to get them on the fast break. You look at last year's match between these two teams. Pioneers had 29 fast break points to Ithaca's 12. They beat them in transition, looking to do that again tonight. Guys, back to you.
And Cam, over some of their hot streaks, that's exactly what they did so well. Speed and transition, those fast break points.
The Bombers also did score 19 points in transition against Utica in that game last year, but Utica right now, the Bombers have found a way to neutralize them in their zone defense, so Utica wants to work fast and fool Ithaca.
Spina across the timeline, covered closely by McKiernan on the far side in front of the scorer's table. Poked away by McKiernan, was trying to give a pass to Thompson, and as more like a handoff, they were only 2 feet away from each other. Great play by the freshman McKiernan to poke it loose off the scorer's table. Brady inbounds it from the left side of the court in front of the scorer's table to McKiernan with a left-handed dribble at the Utica Pioneer logo at the center of the court. Gives it to Cabral, extended right wing. He swindles all the way back towards straightaway. Now drives down the lane to the left, veers off towards the left to McKiernan. Triple try from the left corner, clanks off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Wissink, right back to McKiernan. Now Holmes, left corner, he wants the three, and he's got it. 3-point game, 7:45 left to go in the second. And now Thompson, we talked about the speed for Utica. Now they slow it down again.
And Holmes with 13 3-pointers.
It's tied for the team lead today for the Bombers. Call, left wing, drives, baseline, sends it across the court to McCardle. Now straight away, Spina from the top of the key, pulls up, step back Jay. Bomber got a hand on it, it falls into the lap of Cabral. He takes it coast to coast, drives down the lane, contact down low, foul on Utica.
Foul on the floor there. Cabral would have been up and good with the and one, but they get Cabral on just a reach-in foul before he can move his body fully in the act of shooting, so Bombers under the hoop.
66-63, Bombers lead, 7:20 left to go in the second half. In the 4th game of the season for the Bombers, 2-1 entering today, coming off a big-time win off Cortland. Inbounded pass goes to Brady straight away, hands off Holmes. Now to Wendell, right corner. He's been silent here in half number 2. Ring around the Rosie. Now left wing, Holmes, step back jumper, steps inside the perimeter, steps out, lets it fly, clanks off the back iron and right into the lap of Spina and the Bombers. He slows things down across to the timeline now in front of the scorer's table. To the top of the key. Now to Foley in the right wing. He drives one-on-one with Holmes. Takes a step back towards the corner. Looks for the big man Call in the right corner now. Guarded by Wissink. Drives. Baseline. Contact. Throws it up off the glass. Off the left side of the rim and rolls down no good. But there is a foul on the play. And Damian Call will look to capitalize.
Going to be a foul there on Lawrence Brady. Brady's going to pick up his second, team 7th right now. You mentioned the Bombers have 2 different players with 3 fouls. Cabral has 3 and Lacey with 3, 2 of your top players. Also, Logan Wendell back on the floor. He was in foul trouble with 2.
First from the line is good for Call. Logan Wendell, when these two teams played last year, big deficit for the Bombers heading into the second half. Wendell was struggling from the floor. Second is good for Call to make it 68-63, 6:45 left to go in the second. Ended up with 21 points after he had only 5 at halftime. Didn't spend a lot of time on the floor. He's the kind of guy, a spark plug you look to heat up. He gets the handoff from Cabral, who crosses midcourt. To Holmes, back to Cabral. Now to Wendell straight away. Left wing, Cabral. He wants the triple. It's short and picked up off the rebound by Teague. Gives it to Foley. Dribbling with the right hand across midcourt. Sees an opening, drives, kick back, triple Call, thinks about it, doesn't pull the trigger. To Teague, now back to Thompson, left wing, he drives, looks for the baseline, throws it up on the layup with the left hand, nothing, off the rebound, trying to pass it towards the top of the key, it's picked off by Holmes, who gives the feed to Cabral, right side of the court, pick and roll, Brady swindles it in, 6 minutes left to go, and the Bombers have cut the deficit to only 3.
Crawling back.
Still a big hole to climb out of. 5:50 left to go, 68-65, Utica on top. Foley straight away. At the point, calling out plays. He wants to find Spina down low, looks for him with that tall, lanky hands, throws the hands up, gives it just right behind him, though, to Call. Cross-court pass to Spina. Right back, straight away. Teague has an easy jumper from the left elbow, lets it fly from just to the left of the foul stripe, and sees it splash. 5-point deficit for Ithaca. Cabral down the left sideline. Holmes now right to the top of the point in Wendell. Triple try from the right wing for Wissink. No good. Contact on the rebound And a foul against Utica as Holmes as well as Foley were battling it for it as they leapt up towards the glass.
And you see the rebounding come more alive here for the Bombers, just working a lot more hard down low. Coach Freed talks about rebounding. A lot of it is about the one. Laysith will come into the game. Holmes comes out. And once again, there's 3 fouls for Laysith in the final 5:17. Now you can really let him play. He has 2 to work with.
These teams are dead even in the boards category, 26 apiece. Wendell from the right side underneath the glass, inbounds. It goes Laysith. Laysith hands over his head, right back to Wendell. Right wing extended, drives towards the corner, nothing working. Looks for Brady, wide open, triple try straight away. You betcha. Lawrence Brady with a huge 3 to cut the deficit to 2 with 5 minutes left. Levi Spina slows it down with the right-handed dribble across the Pioneer logo at the middle of the court. Veers off towards the right wing, thinks about where to go. Now hands it off to Foley, still straight away. Takes a step towards the right wing, now looks to the right corner in call. He drives, nothing working. Back around the perimeter they go. Thompson takes a step in, drives, baseline, spins, nothing working. Covered closely by Wendell. Shot clock's about to expire. Throwing it up with the left-hand Teague off the left wing, off the left iron, I should say, no good. He's going to get his own rebound. Shot clock resets to 20. Foley with the triple try from the right corner. No good. Spina gets the rebound. Fresh 20, reset. Dayon Thompson takes a deep breath and will slow things down. What a possession for Utica. Haven't been able to capitalize, but Ithaca's defense has remained strong, although unable to force a turnover. Reach and foul for Cabral.
Offensive rebounds, big here for this Utica squad. Finding a way to keep possessions alive. Bombers will foul there as well. Utica's also just finding ways to score on the inside. 30 points in the paint for Utica to the Bombers 20. Just getting on the interior. They've changed their game plan here in half number 2.
4th foul against Cabral. He's going to check out in favor of McKiernan, the freshman, as Thompson's going to go to the stripe. Wissing checks out as well for Ithaca with Laysith back into the game. No good on the first from the stripe, and the Bombers take it on the rebound. 4:10 left to go. Ithaca trails by 2. Logan Wendell, slow dribble, cross midcourt. Wants Laysith, gets himself a block, drives down the lane, wide open triple. Brady right corner, whistle blown, and a foul before he can get it off.
Foul on the floor in that Logan Wendell drive. It almost slowed down the Bombers. You kind of hope maybe there for the Bombers you don't want to foul and let that possession play out. You had the open man for 3 and nobody in the paint for Utica, but Utica now yet another foul. That's going to be their 16th foul.
4:01 left from Utica. 76-8 Bombers trail by 2 off the foul. The 6th for Utica. Wendell to inbound it. Goes straight away to the top of the point and Laysith. Hands off to Brady. Hands off behind his back to Holmes, who drives down the lane. Veers off towards the right. Swings it back to Wendell and around the perimeter. Lawrence Brady with it at the point. He drives down the lane. Now gives it back to Laysith with the pick and roll behind the back. Feed to Wendell. We are all tied at 70. 3:40 left to go.
Just a nifty take them there from Wendell for his left hand, his non-dominant side.
Wendell, shifty, fast, can hit from deep. That time his ability down the lane pays off. Dominance in the paint. Thompson trying to find an opening, covered closely by McKiernan. Back to the left, low side now on the corner. Down low, straight away, or I should say just underneath the cup. Thompson has an opening, goes over the head of the freshman, takes advantage of the mismatch. Up by 2, 3 minutes left to go. Utica on top. Wendell straight away. Left wing, McKiernan drives towards the foul line, swings it back to Wendell. Left wing extended. McKiernan wants the triple, and he's knocked to the ground. Foul on the shoot. Bombers down by 2, 2:55 left to go. And a crucial foul coming out. McKiernan wanted the triple.
And this is where free throws play such a big factor. Both these teams right at 72% in the season from the line. Ithaca so far has done a good job at the line, 9 for 10. Utica 14 for 19. We'll see how those two stats play a factor in these final 3 minutes.
I didn't even realize this now looking at the stat sheet as McKiernan's first is in. It's a 1-point game. McKiernan's 0 for 6 from the floor. But that also is almost a testament to his other abilities and what he's been able to do on the court, especially on the defensive side, despite being a lot of the time the lone freshman on the court for Ithaca. Second is in. We are all tied 72 all. all of them coming on three-pointers as well for McKiernan, where he's 0 for 6. He's hit his 2 biggest free throws. Now a chance to give the Bombers the lead for the first time today, and he does. Bombers' first lead of this game comes with 2:55 left to go in the contest. 73-72, 2:50 left to go. From Utica, New York, Spina, left-handed dribble. Left wing, drifts back towards the logo. Now towards the right side, charging foul. McKiernan knocked to the hardwood. Spina can't believe it. The Bombers will take the ball back.
What a play there for the freshman. You mentioned 0 for 6. He hits 3 clutch free throws, and he draws a charge, and the Bomber bench absolutely loved it. Multiple guys laughing. It loosened them up a little bit here in the final 2:41. One thing you got to mention, too, for Utica as Logan Wendell checks out, Utica has not hit 1 3-pointer here in the second half.
That's the 5th foul out as well on Spina, so that's crucial because he's fouled out of this game. McKiernan at the logo, drifts towards the right wing, sends it to the top of the key and lace it. Behind the back, gives it to Wendell, drives down the lane, hesitates, kick out, triple! Thomas McKiernan, ice in his veins. There's that triple he's wanted. Was 0 for 6. Now he's hit the biggest shot of the game for the Bombers. Utica back with it on the left side of the court, down by 4. 2:15 left to go in the contest. Foley drives down the lane, kick out 3. Teague, right wing, no good. Brady gets the rebound, climbs the ladder, snags it off the glass. Wendell can slow it down with 2:05 left to go. 20 on the shot clock. Wendell taking his time. Now takes a step in front of the free throw line. Drifts all the way back to Brady, now back to Holmes, left wing. Wendell gets the handoff, left wing, thinks about 3. Pump fakes, now drives, dribbles, looks for the right wing. McKiernan again, back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, contact. Holmes, looks like the foul is going against Ithaca.
And a foul you don't want there at Holmes. Too aggressive there on the box out. It gives Utica now free chances at the line. The Bombers' 10th foul. Aiden Holmes going to pick up a foul there. He's been phenomenal, but Ithaca now just leading for a minute of this basketball game, maybe the biggest minute. Utica led for 36 minutes, 94% of this game, but the Bombers leading when it matters most.
And a chance for some good points at the line for Foley, who's 0 for 1 from the line today. Now 1 for 2. Hits the first, cuts the deficit to 3. 1:43 left to go from Utica, New York. Bombers and Pioneers in a crucial non-conference game between Empire 8 and Liberty League foes. Second is good, cuts the deficit to 74-76. Clock ticking down. McKiernan dribbling with the left hand across midcourt. Gives it to Wendell, left wing extended. Drives down the lane. Looks with the right hand, I should say, to throw it up. And he's fouled before he can get the shot off.
We'll see here if this one was in the act of shooting. Looks like Wendell would get 2. He was just in the air at the last second, so he'll get 2 shots.
Indeed in the act of shooting, so 2 from the line for Wendell. 1:32 left to go. And a chance to tack on some more with the Bombers up by 2 points. Back iron no good for Wendell, who's a high-volume free throw shooter throughout the course of his career. At over 90% of his career for the Bombers. Goes 1 for 2. Makes it a 3-point game, 77-74, 1:32 left on the clock. Now playing with some urgency are the Pioneers as Foley dribbles across midcourt. Timeout called by Sean Coffey. 77-74, 1:27 left to go. It's going to come down to the final minutes from Utica. Let's swing things over to Randa DeCrow, the third member of our team.
Despite the fact that Bryce Bleibtree can barely walk, he's been up on his feet multiple times, cheering on his team, as well as yelling out plays and coaching. Coach Farid said he's become more of that coach for this team than he ever thought he could. And Bryce Bleibtree, he's been that guy tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ray. And a torn ACL is expected to keep Bleibtree off the court for his senior season. Coach Farid also gave him a lot of props for the work he made coming into the season to be able to compete on the court, but now he's helping his team off the court and calling out plays in the huddle. Bombers in a big spot.
And when we asked Coach Farid, one player that's really stood out during the preseason, he said Bryce Bleibtree was probably having the best preseason out of anybody on the team. So good to see him there for the Bombers, just cheering on any way possible and igniting them on the bench. But Look at this comeback right now for Ithaca. They kind of took what Utica did well. Utica shot 8 for 12 from deep in the first half, 0 for 4 right now. Ithaca shooting 46% from deep, but 7 threes, that's really been all they're shooting in this second half. Finding a way to work the perimeter and work in transition. Their defense has just become a lot more rewarding, smothering Utica on both ends.
And they were, one for their first 6 from downtown as well to start off this half. 1:27 left on the clock at this one. Bombers on top by 3. The inbounded pass goes to Thompson. Hands off to Call, drives down the lane, and a pivotal foul is hit on Brady. He can't believe it.
Holmes has 4 and Brady has 2. Cabral has 4. It's going to be Brady's 3rd, so Holmes is right over there as well. He had 4 fouls, would have been Holmes' 5th.
Discipline, discipline, discipline. College the first from the line and cuts the deficit to 2. 1:21 left to go in this non-conference game. And another pivotal foul against the Bombers. 21 total fouls against Ithaca. Second is good and a strong stand at the foul stripe for Damian Call. Cuts the deficit to 1 for the Pioneers.
Right now is all about controlling the basketball, controlling the clock. Bombers with the lead, minute 20, 30 on the shot clock. You want a long possession, high percentage shot.
Padilla dribbling across midcourt. Looks for Wendell, left wing extended. Slows things down back towards the point. Looks for Brady down low. Had a good chance on a potential shot, but he bobbles it. Now has to send it all the way back to Wendell to reset. Now back to Brady. Low left block. Back up top to McKiernan straight away. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. You got to make a play. 3, 2, Holmes lets a triple fly. He's fouled. Goes to the ground. And it's going to be, they'll say that happened after the time violation.
It looked like Holmes actually, his heel out of bounds as he was rising there for 3. Matter of inches. That far referee got it right by the bench. Holmes' shot would have gone in as well, so what a turning factor. Utica down by 1 with the ball. Both teams in the bonus too, so you can't really afford to foul right now. It's going to be a long 53 seconds.
Sent in by Foley. Across the timeline. 45 seconds to go. Down low. Call. Contact. Kick out 3. Right corner for Rivers. Right iron, no good. Cabral gets the rebound for Ithaca. And a timeout is going to be called. It looked like potentially Utica and Call reaching in, but instead Fareed calls the timeout. Whips out the whiteboard to draw up a play, and Bombers lead by 1. It'll be 28 on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock.
Tough one right there, and a smart timeout call for Coach Fareed, because right now you can reset, figure out what Utica's going to do, likely going to have to foul. You're going to get right now a slight difference between shot and game, 35 game, 28 shot clock. So Utica pretty much has to foul unless they think they could hold the Bombers for the full 28 seconds of the shot clock. They don't score, you get one more chance. It comes down here to what Scott Coffey wants to do. But on the Bombers' end right now, you want to find a possession, hold on to the basketball, let Utica foul, smart passing. Utica's going to go for the steal first and then likely the foul.
And Coffey, the 9th-year head coach, drawing up plays in his subtle back-to-back Empire 8 Coach of the Year honors for his staff in the Empire 8, who won the conference last year, made the NCAA tournament the past 2 seasons, and a big decision coming.
And for the Bombers, too, you look at this tough schedule. Rowan and Babson, 2 NCAA tournament teams. Utica, another NCAA tournament team. Ithaca has played 3 dance teams in the first 4 games with all these freshmen and sophomores on the floor. Tommy McKiernan, big plays, freshman going up against 5th years right now. This is some very strong experience for the Bombers. What a tough schedule to start, and what a win this would be if they could hold on.
They've battled some of the top teams in the region. Let's see how many they can conquer. Wendell, no foul yet. Now there comes the signal to foul him. No foul yet. Bombers playing keep away, and there it is. They were able to get a lot more time off the clock than I expected. It's down to 27 with, looks like it's going to be the freshman McKiernan go to the line.
So McKiernan right here gets fouled right before Wendell. They wanted Wendell to get it back for a quick second, but McKiernan did hit those big free throws when he was fouled from 3 earlier on. Has not missed yet from the line.
3 for 3 on the day. Taking the first shot from the line of his career. Hits the first. Bombers with a 2-point lead. And now we see Wissink and Brady coming on for defensive purposes.
Utica still has not hit a 3 in this second half, 0 for 5. They're going to need a 3 likely if McKiernan makes this shot to make it a 3-point game.
McKiernan takes a deep breath, dribbles with the right hand. Sinks it. 79-76, 27 seconds left on the clock, shot clock dark. This is what it all comes down to. Can you get the stop if you're the Bombers? And how long do you wait as well if you're Utica? Slow down the far sideline. Thompson in front of the scorer's table. Right wing, drives down, throws it up off the glass and down. So they don't take their time. They're aggressive with it, able to get 2, make it a 1-point game, 17 seconds.
In a spot like that, you take the high percentage shot quickly, you bring it back to a 1-point game, you foul, you still have 17 seconds on this game clock like right now. You just need a miss here from Cabral. 1 miss, keep it at a 2-point game, give yourself a chance right here. With the double bonus, it will be 2 shots.
Utica stellar with the paint. Cabral's first from the stripe. Off the back iron. You can hear the oohs and ahs from the Utica crowd. A loud gymnasium. If Cabral can't hit his second, Utica can clinch a W with 2. The second for Cabral. Off the back iron, off the front iron. Swirls down the nylon. And Utica will take over 80-78. Left to go. 17.5 seconds on the clock.
You might want a quick 2 if you're here for the Pioneers. Don't force a 3.
Thompson down the near sideline. Hands off. Foley drives. Has it poked away. Ball on the floor. Do the Bombers have it? Calling for the timeout. No, they're going to get the jump ball. Going Bombers' direction. 9 seconds left on the clock.
Cabral dives on the floor. Foley drove left. He kind of wanted a foul. Tried to draw it. Cabral dives. And what a play there from the Bombers to pick up that jump ball. Cabral also shaken up after the play. Looks like it'll come off here in the final 9 seconds. So now Utica, you had your chance to tie or the lead. Now you have to foul. Bombers are up by 2.
Cabral was holding his left side. He's at 4 fouls. He checks out here. 9 seconds left. And timeout called by Sean Coffey, the 9th-year coach. Utica is undefeated, 4-0 on the season thus far after a strong dance in the NCAA tournament last year and an Empire 8 championship. And a Bombers team that is looking to get back to the conference. They missed the playoffs last year for the first time since 2017. Let's throw things to the sideline. Here's Rana DeCroix.
Yeah, guys, Coach Fareed has been very strategic with his subs over here on the bench. Lawrence, Brady, Chris Lasith coming out on defense. And when it's time to shoot the big 3, they bring out McKiernan on the offensive drive. Some subs to watch out for as the final 9 seconds tick by. Guys, back to you.
And we'll see who the 5 will be on the court here for Ithaca. There were probably 3 different guys at the scores table when the timeout was called. Cam, 9 seconds. It's what it all comes down to. You're assuming a quick foul and a prayer.
Quick foul and hope right now. And first for this Bombers team on this inbound, they're going to look for 1 flasher and really waste as many times as they can.
Who's it going to be? It's going to be Wendell evading traffic. He's got it down to 6 seconds before he's finally fouled underneath the cup.
Wendell was just diving away like they were playing tag, and he brought it all the way under the other basket. And those are 2 seconds right there
Crucial.
that are going to play a factor.
2 crucial seconds, and now Wendell will head to the stripe. The Bombers trailed 18 points in this game. Their first lead came with just over 2 minutes left in the game. Wendell hits the first from the line.
It seemed like there was no chance for the Bombers at the halftime break. They did crawl back with a few threes from Aiden Holmes, but what a nitty-gritty game this has been for Ithaca. And if they can close out in the final 6.3 seconds, what a 4-game start this would be for such a young group.
Good on the second. 82-78, Bombers lead. 6.3 seconds left. Thompson across midcourt. 3-2. Long three ball, no good. Flanks out. Bombers win. Coming back from an 18-point deficit. 82-78. Ithaca comes out on top, showing resiliency, showing some magic from Utica, New York.
The Bombers led in this game. Their largest lead was 4 points late in the second for just 2 seconds. Utica led for 90% of this basketball game, but the final 10%, it was all Bombers. They come back down by 18, and look, 3 NCAA tournament teams in 4 games. The Bombers beat 2 of them. Coach Freed has to be happy with a 3-1 start after a very, very tough 2023 campaign.
The discipline in the second half as well, the resiliency, and you learn a lot about a team over that portion of non-conference games to begin the season. And the Bombers, we sure have learned a lot about them over the last 2 against Cortland and Utica. One more non-conference game before Liberty League play opens up. That's going to be at the University of Rochester on December 3rd. What a win for Ithaca, and a team that was projected to come in second to last in the preseason poll in the Liberty League has proven themselves. Logan Wendell, the senior captain, a big piece of that. He's standing by with Randa DeCrow.
Guys, here with Logan Wendell. Logan, I mean, a big deficit at half, but you guys make the adjustment and come back. How were you able to do it?
Honestly, it was just a super gritty win. Like, I got on the guys at halftime like I probably haven't before, and I just thought we responded like unbelievably. We even came out in the second half a little bit flat, and we just found a way to fight, just getting stops and just working our butts off to just fight to get back in the game.
Yeah, your leadership has come a long way. What were some of those words you were saying during the half?
You know, some of those words I probably shouldn't say on air here, but I was just challenging the guys to like lift our energy and our effort, honestly, is what it came down to, and we were able to do that.
Defense came up with some pretty big stops there down the stretch as well. What's been working on defense so far this year?
I mean, we got a little bit of a new scheme working, so we're just trying to iron that out. But I thought our discipline in the second half was way better. We put them on the line a little bit too much. That's what they want to do. Second half, we limited that a little bit better.
Logan, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks to Logan Wendell, who, again, had some struggles in half number 1, finished with 15 points, especially the strong time from the foul line late in that game, which allowed the Bombers to clinch. Ithaca finishes, I mean, they were below 40% in the first half, 54.2% in the second, Cam.
Utica did not hit 1 3-pointer in the second half.
0 for 6.
0 for 6, and you talk about Foley in that first half. He was 6 for 8 from 3. He attempted 1 3-pointer in the second half. Utica went from 66% from deep to the 0-4. That's the biggest difference. You can almost point out to that one stat being the turning point of this basketball game.
And they were left wide open. Coach Fareed said it at the halftime break. Wide open. They gave it to him, and they cashed in. The mindset changed clearly in half number 2 for Ithaca. Well, that's going to round things out for our crew in Utica, New York. 78-82, the win for Ithaca in an absolute thriller where they trailed by as many as 18 points. Thank you to Devin Jarvis, our field producer, and our entire crew, Randa DeCrow, on the sidelines, my broadcaster, Cam Banner. That's going to wrap things up from Utica, New York. The final score, 82 Ithaca, 78 Utica.